Okay, so what an opening episode to Starfleet Academy. A lot of action. A lot of action. I'm going to say it right now. They're not going to find Caleb's mother. Not that she won't make an appearance, but just that Caleb won't be finding her. Federation, Caleb, they won't find her. Now, now, um, Braca said, you should see what I did to your mother. I mean, he's goading Caleb. He wants him to think that she's dead. Now, whether she is, I don't think she is. I think he was just goading Caleb, or wanting him to fight. He seemed to enjoy Caleb getting pissed off. So I'm going to say no. No, he isn't dead. I should say she isn't dead. And the reason I think that they're not going to find her, whether she ends up dying later on, whether they find her and she rejects Caleb for whatever reason, or he rejects her, because let's face it, she's talking about how, Braca is giving them things to eat. She just didn't realize how he was doing it. And my question is, did she really not? Or did she, just tell an 8-year-old boy what he needs to hear from his mother? It's possible that he totally that she had no idea what he was doing. That's a possibility. But it's also a possibility that she kind of sort of knew. I mean, not about the killing part, but, that's entirely possible that she did not know about. But how he was feeding her, she probably did know that. And even at 8 years old, Caleb is super bright. He manages to steal Ake's comm badge and escape. So even when he was 8, he was a very bright boy. I'm kind of disappointed that they cut his hair. I mean, it was awesome the way they cut his hair and put him in a uniform, because it's like, wait, what? But why do he and the Klingon have the same uniform if he's undeclared and the Klingon is in medical? That struck me as weird, but they seem to develop a friendship. And Luna Thok is kind of, bitchy towards Krog. This idea that, what kind of Klingon are you to want to do the gentle science as opposed to be a warrior, like we were meant to be? I'm sorry, have you met Worf? I mean, granted, he was all in on the warrior stuff, but he was also capable of being gentle. I mean, you saw him with his parents. So, yeah. I mean, maybe he'll, come more out of it. I mean, he's supposed to be a pacifist. So it's entirely possible that he never will will have that warrior mentality, but he's familiar with the warrior creed, like he told Caleb that, a, a friend will come, a warrior will come to a friend's aid. So, even though at this point Caleb's like, ew, we're not friends, he wants to just be alone. He's not even sure he wants to be at the academy. And towards the end, they even cross their arms the same way. I mean, they're so trying to tell you that this is going to be a mother-son relationship. She even pointed out that her own son was killed in the burn, which is 120 years ago now. So they're really trying to hammer home that, we'll probably never see his mother because they're the mother's son. Or maybe by the time he finds her, she will be dead. I don't think Braca killed her, though. I mean, it's entirely possible he's telling the truth, but he seemed way too excited at how Caleb reacted to that. So I'm thinking not. What he did to her is still unknown. Maybe by the end of the season we'll find out. Let's see. So we meet all the other cadets. We meet Genesis, who makes a fast friendship with Sam. And Sam, I love her because, for anyone who's socially awkward, she's wonderful because she's the epitome of awkward. And the doctor was so sweet to her. She wants him as a mentor, and he's like, nope. But he does give her good advice, like, you're 17. I mean, when she came online, it's been 4 months, but they made her a 17-year-old, which is, of all the ages that you would pick, why 17? Why? Why make her a teenager? I mean, that just pushes the awkwardness up a level. She's very, she likes to play with people's heads, and Caleb gives as good as he gets, which is awesome. And twice Sam helped them. First by, giving Caleb a flashlight, and also finding the coordinates. So he's undeclared now, but something tells me he's going to be wearing the cadet uniform for engineering really, really soon. That seems to be, where they're pushing him with the programmable matter, with him being able to override the programmable matter. I couldn't understand then what was the point of Remy going outside to collect the matter. What was he doing? Because the only thing it did was give Genesis a hero moment by saving him. They're flirting already, so I'm like, yeah, they're gonna end up a couple. Yep, that they made that pretty obvious. I do like Krog. When he was trying to save Luna, he's like, don't kill your instructor on the first day. Don't kill your instructor on the first day. I mean, that was so adorable. I love that. Let's see, what else? For those who didn't catch, the male voice that was talking to the cadets, saying, okay, report here, do this, do that, whatever, um, was the voice of Stephen Colbert. So I'm excited about that. I was super excited to hear that. Even though I knew he was there, it was still like, yay! Um, let's see what else is there. Um, so Ake starts off as, she resigned her commission after she, sentenced his mother to prison. Well, to a rehabilitation center, which, how in the world did Braca break her out then? I mean, I can't imagine he knew which center. I can't imagine they just had one rehabilitation center for the entire Federation. But whatever. So they broke out a year ago. Braca is seriously, for some reason, she said do not trust the Federation, which is why I think even if they find her, that Caleb will have gone full Federation. I mean, he's going to put his own twist to it, just like Ake does, just like every captain we've seen on Star Trek. None of them followed the law to the letter. Each one of them are willing to set the regulations aside when they realize, yeah, that's not working. That's not going to work. Let's do it this way. So they all grow rogue at some point. So yeah, I'm getting that vibe, especially when Ake literally said you have command potential. It's like, yeah, they're just screaming he's gonna wind up a captain. Um so so at first I did not like Remy because of how he treated Jaden. I mean, this idea, oh, you have binoculars. You must be a spy. And I'm thinking, and you must be an asshole. And I'm like, wait, isn't he the son of. Well, he comes from a rich planet. I assume his father's rich as well. So why do we have to do the trope of the rich kid who is completely insufferable? Well, that mask was ripped off really, really quick because he was like, yeah, I can do this. But yeah, the amount of knowledge these cadets have, that they're already able to do what they do, is unreal. Excuse me. So I'm excited for the second episode. Hopefully I'll get to see that tomorrow. But definitely sometime this weekend. Let me see what else there is I want to mention about this episode. I realize that they're trying to make Ake to be a different kind of captain, but using the captain's chair and basically, just pretzeling yourself to sit in it, that's just so weird. I mean, there is no way in any universe that a military organization would allow that, but let's see what else. So when they first said that the Athena is the school, I thought that this whole season would take place on the Athena. And I'm kind of bummed it's not an all-female crew considering it's Athena. Of all the names they picked, it's Athena. And I get it that goddess of wisdom, but yeah. I really would have liked an all-female crew. But I'm cool with the way they're doing it. So excuse me. Let's see what else is there. So the Athena is actually going to be a part of the campus in San Francisco. Now, I don't know. Why is it just San Francisco? I don't know. But anyway, so instead of the Athena being the school, I mean, it's part of the school, but it's not the school. It is, it is part of the school. So I guess that's for simulations, or maybe they'll actually take them back up into space and do simulations. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how they incorporate it. So far I'm liking all the cast. Sam is a bit much, but she's trying really, really hard to fit in. And when you're socially awkward, you overdo it. You try really, really hard to fit in, and you actually do the opposite. So it's awesome that Genesis, has taken her under her wing already. That she already likes Sam. Let's see. We do know Remy thinks highly of his abilities. It's like, I don't need a spacesuit to go outside. But obviously this took more than 8 minutes. And Genesis was the one to get him to be able to give the coordinates or whatever he was giving them so they could finish what they were doing. So I guess the programmable matter has its own barcode, and that's what he was doing? I'm not sure what's happening here. Let's see. Honestly, I was surprised that it was Caleb and Remy who were lifting that slab off of Luna, because I mean, you have a freaking Klingon literally right there. I don't care if you're a pacifist. Klingons are strong. What the hell? So I found that very bizarre, but okay. Let's see, there was another funny line. So we found out that all these messages that he thought he was sending his mother, Caleb, was sending his mother, was actually going to Braca, which seriously, seriously sucks. Because that means that she's never received any of his messages. So God only knows what she thinks is happening. God only knows if she's alive, what Braca might be telling her, if he's still in contact with her. A lot of questions that remain to be answered. Let's see what else about this episode. Let's see. Now, I did not watch the end of Discovery. But I do know that there's a couple of people who from Discovery that are in the cast. So my question is, if the burn happened 120 years ago, how in the world are those two still alive? Because both of them are very human. So, and since they kind of caused the burn, so did that happen before they made the time jump? Did their time jump create the burn? It's been so long since I saw that episode that I do not remember the logistics. Let's see. I think that's all I have for this video. Yeah, I think this is all I have for this video. So with that, I will see you guys in the next one.